Hello, folks. So, Facebook, in its wisdom and whatever else you want to say about Facebook, has decided to change how it does things again. And so, the procedure for posting stories that we successfully used last term is, of course, no longer available because that's pretty much what social media platforms do. And if you go into this business and you do social media for part of your living, you will find out that that happens fairly often. So we have to do what we call punt, and I have come up with another way for you guys to post your stories. It will be done through a Google site. Now, the Google site is unpublished, and you can find it through, well, you should have gotten a link in your email. And even if you don't have that, on the Canvas page for MCJ 14, right here underneath tutorials and other helpful things, there's a helpful thing called the MCJ 14 Google Drive folder. And when you click on that, I will also have a link to this in the assignment itself, by the way. When you click on that, it opens up, hey, the MCJ 14 Google Drive folder. How about that? And you will see this down here, this little square with rectangles in it is the website. And if you click on that, it will open up our website. Okay, so this is the home page for our website, and you will see here that it says home and it has story one. On the home page right now is a very, very quick example of what it is your stories will look like. There will be your picture, there will be your headline, there will be your story, and I talk about alt text and all of that. We'll get into that in just a second. And then there is an example from a previous term. And that is all that is currently on the homepage because I had to put this together at like 10 p.m. last night. So that's where we're at right now. You will actually want to click on story one for your, wait for it, story one. How about that? If you click on story one, you will see that it is actually labeled story one. So there is no confusion. And again, up at the top of that page, we have how to put this together. And then that example again. And again, this is not the prettiest thing, but it is what we can work with right now. And then I have 18 places for the 18 of y'all to actually write your stories. Okay, so you will pick an empty box and you will start working on it. And as you click in here, you can for your headline. So the first thing you will do is type in your headline. Like this or this. Don't use put headline here, but it gives you the idea, right? And then underneath that, click to edit text. This is where you're actually going to write your story. Put who it's by up at the top because while Facebook automatically tells me who it's by, this I do not believe will. So make sure you put in your byline by, Joe Smith. And then put the date on it too. Why not? September 16th, 2021. Okay. And then you'll hit return and you start typing your story here. Okay. Use caps and all of that. And you will type in your story just like anything else. If you want to write your story someplace else and copy and paste it in here, that is perfectly fine. All right. So after you type in your story, or copy and paste it in, you will have to put in a picture over here in the rectangle that's provided. And when you push the plus sign, it will ask you where you want to get your image from. You will upload your image, and it will look something like this, okay? And once your image is in, if you decide you don't like the image, if you click on the image, it will give you can crop it, you can uncrop it, you can remove it. Don't remove it because that actually makes the whole square go away. If you want to replace the image, click on the three dots and you can actually replace the image and then you can re-upload it. Or if it's somewhere that Google Drive thinks that it can find it, you can do select on that. Your picture must be one that you took. You cannot snag things off of the internet and use them as your own. That is copyright infringement, and that is bad. So you must always take your own pictures for anything that you will be posting online for this class. Okay. Once your picture is in, you'll want to add alt text. Alt text is for screen readers. So people who are having the screen read to them by the computer itself, you will put in a literal description of what we're looking at, word couch, and you will click apply, and then you won't be able to see that, but the screen reader will. And it just makes accessibility better for everybody. And then the other thing that you will do is underneath the picture, you will see that there is some space down here. And you will be able to add a caption. Captions are usually 1, maybe 2 lines labeling the picture and its place in the story. The sleeping cat helps illustrate how pictures and captions work in Google Sites. That is the caption. All of this other stuff here is instructions for you on how to get this picture. Well, it won't be the picture of the sleeping cat, but you get the idea. And up here in my ramblings, start typing the story here. Let's do this single spaced. Remember to keep sentences and paragraphs short. So even in my babblings, I'm usually trying to tell you something fairly useful. Each person will have a picture, a headline, and a text box. If for some reason you delete what you've written, the trash can is, well, either there or it actually pops up in a couple of different places depending on what you are clicked on at the time, or up here. So there you go. I believe that Control or Command Z will also undo anything that you might have deleted. Okay. If for some reason you are typing along and you accidentally make your story go away and you need a new edit box, it is this first layout that is over here on the right. It is the one with one picture, the headline, and the text. That is what we're working with right now. This is an unpublished page. We're going to keep it unpublished just so you guys can work on things in peace and so that I can go through them and look at them. But you can kind of see what it would look like if it were actually on a website. Again, this is not the greatest layout, but for the moment, this will work.